Okay, in the yesterday's video, I made reference to the fundamental theorem of algebra, which tells me how many roots I have to have. So if I have something that's like, it has an exponent of 7, which means I have 7 roots. But I need to know, or it helps me to find the roots if I know if they're positive roots or negative roots or real roots or imaginary roots. So today we're actually going to find the roots and we're going to find the factors. Now roots are what it actually equals. So I don't think I really made that clear yesterday because I just wanted to find the number of possibles. So I didn't really explain it, but roots are what it equals. In other words, my solution set. So like on this one, let's say that I get the square root of 2 is a solution. That's a root. A factor for that would be x minus the square root of 2. This is the root. This is the factor. Because it's a square root, I would also have the negative square root of 2, which would mean another factor would be x plus the square root of 2. So roots and factors are different things. We're going to try to factor it out based off of the roots. So we've done synthetic division, which helped me to determine which one's root, which one's worked. We did possible rational real roots, which is going to help me see what to try. And this is going to tell me kind of helpful to me to figure out which ones to try. So looking at this, positive to positive, I have no possible positive roots on this example. No sign change. Negative, if I put a negative in here, this becomes negative, and this stays positive. So I have one sign change, so there's one negative root. Imaginaries, the closest even number to this is 6. So I could have 6 or 4 or 2 or 0. If I have 6 imaginaries, I have to have 1 real. If I have 4 imaginaries, I have to have 3 reals. 2 imaginaries, I have to have 5. And 0, I have to have 7. So I know that I have to have one negative root, which means after I find that negative root, I know that the rest are going to be imaginary. So I know because I have one negative root, which is 1 real, I'm going to have 6 imaginaries, which is the square root of a negative value. So that's going to help me to figure out the factors when I'm trying to find what roots actually work. So possible rational real roots are all the factors of this divided by all the factors of this. So 1 or 2 or 3 or 6 by 1 or 3. So that's 1, 1/3, 2, 2/3, 3, 1, which I already have, 6, 2, which I already have. And these are all positive and negative. So I'm going to try those out until I find one that works. So hopefully on this example that I just made up, I actually have one of these roots that works. I know that I don't have any positive ones, so I'm only going to try negative ones. So let's see. 3, 0x to the 6, 0x to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 6. I know it has to be a negative root, so negative 1, 3 comes down, multiply, add them together, 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 multiply. Didn't work. So I'll try maybe negative 1/3. No, that's not going to be good. Negative 2/3. No, that's going to make my life miserable. 3. No, 6. None of these are going to work. Horrible example, Latimer. I apologize. So I have an irrational root, so that doesn't really help me. So let me do another example. Let me do one that I know actually works. So, positive roots, negative roots, possibles, real roots, imaginary roots. Positive, there's 0, no sign changes. Negative, it's positive, negative, positive. 1, 2, or 0. Imaginaries, I could have 2 or 0. Reals, I could have 0 or 2. So no positives, so let's only try negatives. So plus or minus all the factors of this, which are 1, 3, and 9, over all the factors of this, which are just 1. So positive and negative 1, 3, and 9. I know they have to be negative, so I'm only going to try the negative ones. First one comes down, multiply, add them together, multiply. Gave me a remainder, so that didn't work. First one comes down, multiply, add them together, multiply. And that one did work. So I have x plus 3 as a factor, negative 3 as a root. This leaves me with x plus 3 because I start one exponent less, which means this is going to give me negative 3 as a second root. So my second factor is x plus 3, and I don't have to write out that I have that twice. So 2 reals, which means 0 imaginaries, and I have 2 negative roots, 0 positive roots. So that's how we're doing these, guys. So knowing this stuff is going to help me out. Knowing this stuff is going to help me out. Knowing this stuff is going to help me out. We're going to find all of the roots and also all of the factors today. Once you get it to a quadratic down here, or a linear, you should just use either the quadratic formula or linear.